News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, the VFW is recovering following a crash. We catch up with a local MMA fighter, and RSVP is looking for volunteers. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 21st, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Commander of the VFW Post Tom Vick spent today on the phone with insurance companies after arriving at the facility for veterans on Homestead Road last week to find a vehicle had smashed into the building. No driver was located at the scene. Police had learned that the female had been transported to the hospital by way of another vehicle, meaning that someone else had taken her to the hospital in their car. The part of the building that had been smashed in is part of a huge expansion the VFW Post had started months ago. They are putting in a new bar and storage area. The driver's insurance company is settling the claim to repair the building, which will be several thousands of dollars. The female has been charged with leaving the scene of an accident and possibly DUI, according to the commander, Tom Vick. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Despite cuts from the county commissioners, Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley is reportedly bolstering staffing in Nye County Sheriff's Office Northern Area Command. Sheriff Worley has sent out a press release stating she has promoted a third sergeant to provide additional supervision in Tonopah and surrounding rural areas. Sheriff Worley has transferred a Pahrump detective to Smoky Valley, and he will service primarily the Northern Area Command. She also reports that she will move an additional deputy to Smoky Valley Street Patrol, an additional deputy to Gab Street Patrol, and an additional deputy to Tonopah Street Patrol upon completion of training. These moves are intended to ensure as close to 24-hour coverage in most areas of Nye County to ensure services are available to residents when they need them. According to the report, the sheriff will continue to evaluate the needs of Northern Area Command and provide resources as the ability presents itself. Scott Wade from the Department of Energy spoke to News 46 at a meeting at the Bob Roode Community Center.
EPWG, the Emergency Preparedness, every year the department, through a 50-cent per cubic foot charge, provides funding to rural counties, including Nye County, to help augment their emergency preparedness. Not because we foresee that there's going to be an issue, but it's just a responsibility that we perceive. Now, since 2000, I believe we've dispersed well over $10 million to rural counties, and they've used it for things such as communication systems. Some have used it as seed money for additional equipment to respond to emergency preparedness. Some have used it for training activities. But this is ongoing. This is an ongoing commitment from the department. And each year what we do is we take that money, we work with the State of Nevada's Division of Emergency Management, and then they work with all the rural counties to see what their needs are and what needs to be augmented.
So is that going to the Nye County Sheriff's Office, Pahrump Valley Farm Rescue, and Nye County Emergency Services?
I think it varies. I think all of those. For example, if the determination from Nye County is that they need to augment communication, that might be something that crosses between the Sheriff's Department, Emergency Service, et cetera. It really comes down to the local emergency responders. They know best what's needed to augment their abilities. We want to do, though, is make sure that the funding is provided as appropriate so that they can address those response capabilities.
When we return, we'll have an update on proposed Highway 160 road construction.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
A dangerous stretch of road in the southwest Las Vegas Valley may soon get safer. State Route Highway 160, or Blue Diamond Highway, is getting a new road project underway. The Department of Motor Vehicles reports 280 crashes in that area in the past 5 years. 12 people died as a result. NDOT is breaking ground later this year on a $30 million project, turning 2 lanes into 4 on a 5-mile stretch of the highway up Spring Mountain. Mixed martial art fighter Brandon Snyder took home the Tough Enough title in the light heavy
in Mesquite. This single father is hoping to continue to be an inspiration to our community, to his young son, and bring honor to our town. He hopes to change the way people on the outside view Pahrump.
It's a light heavyweight championship for Tough Enough in Vegas, #1 ranked amateur event in the world. And I mean, it's a good honor to have it. I've done a lot of hard work to get there, and I'm here, I'm happy. I mean, I'm in a light heavyweight thing, and most of the guys drop down from 240 to 205, and I walk around about 220. But I mean, it's really tough. I mean, light heavyweights are a lot of bangers, a lot of hard-hitting guys, and it's just fun to get in there with the best of the best and not have to cut all that weight and just fight where I'm good and stable at. I've won my first fight ever. I won by a rear naked choke in the first round. Second fight, I lost by decision. Third fight, I won by arm bar in the first round. And then the third fight, I lost by a decision, which was for the belt the first time I went for it. And after that, I took a break for a little bit, and I came back, and I've been on a two-win streak.
Who was your competitor this last round?
Mike Florio.
How was that?
He's a beast. He just came back from a broken foot, and he's a good competitor, and he's held like 3 belts. And then my first fight, we fought on the same card, and I always said I wanted to fight him for the belt, and I got to do it, and I beat him. I have a fight planned up for September 25th in Vegas at the Cannery, and after that, I've been hearing a lot of talk about me going over to Serbia to do a kickboxing. I want to say thank you so much for the support, and I'm looking forward to the future sponsors I'm going to have coming, and I'm just looking for any kind of sponsorship so I can get Pahrump on the map. On another good note, rather than all the bad stuff we've been hearing about Pahrump around the world, I'd rather have us on a good note because the town's not bad. It's just people make bad decisions, and we get, what's it called, labeled for it.
If you'd like to find out more about Brandon Schneider or become one of his sponsors, you can find him on his Facebook page. I'm Courtney Solomon with News 46.
Thanks so much, Courtney. A Las Vegas family is dealing with the tragic loss of a 3-year-old child. Little Stephanie Martinez fell 5 stories to her death yesterday at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Anaheim, California. Stephanie, her parents, and several relatives spent the day at Disneyland before returning to their hotel room. Family members say at one point Stephanie snuck out of the room to try to meet other relatives who were down on the first floor. The family thinks she peeked through the bars of the railing to see if she could spot her family in the courtyard. Her mother went to look for her after taking a shower, saw her on the ledge, screamed, which startled Stephanie. The girl then fell to her death. This is a sad tragedy for the entire family. The family has now set up a GoFundMe account under the name Stephanie Martinez to bring their child home and for a proper memorial service. Sad news. When we return, we're going to talk about the Fall Festival.